What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Joseph, and welcome back to another episode of Comic Breakdowns. Today, we are looking at episode 3 of Predator vs. Spider-Man. Alright, we left off last time on a good note. Let's go ahead and see what happens in this latest chapter. Let's get right into it. Our story kicks off with Peter Parker and J. Jonah Jameson at the Daily Bugle getting ready to discuss a new story. Parker saying that they need to go. If you remember from last time, he saw some images outside and he wasn't feeling too good about it. And James is like, we need to stay and print this new story. We got a serial killer, a blackout, and this heat wave. This is the best time to stay here. And Parker like, we gotta go because it's something I need to show you. We now cut to outside the Bugle where we see 3 predators who are sent to Earth to hunt the Skinner who's doing all these random kills. And they descend up on the Daily Bugle getting ready to break in to look at the evidence that Parker has collected. In a smart move, Peter pushes Jonah into the elevator and he's like, what haven't you been telling me, Parker? And we see the 3 hunter predators crash into the Daily Bugle. He's like, what is the meaning of this? Did you hear that? And we see the predators get alerted. And Parker tells him just, wait a minute, I gotta go check this out, as he pushes the button to have Jonah descend to the bottom level so he can get out. A smart move by Peter to be able to handle them as Spider-Man. I love how this 5-panel shot conveys a lot of movement. You see the predators searching the Bugle, Peter changing into his gear, and then the sign says, hang in there, like I'll be right there with you, referring to Spider-Man, and then them being alerted that they're seeing some information on the wall. The predators basically study the murder board that Peter and Jonah have put up, and I love it that this is what the hunting party had come for, a blood trail. They are here for one of their own, the Utah with no clan or code, the Utah who disgraces them all, the ones humans call Skinner. He has left his mark across the city. And then you see Peter snatch the information out of his hand and say, oh, excuse me, like this is mine. Spider-Man wastes no time with the quips that would you all be interested in sitting down for an interview? I have so many questions. And he said, I'll take that as a no. And they actually launch out to attack Spider-Man. I love this fighting scene. They showed them using their traditional boomerang blades, cutting up Peter's legs. He's dodging, saying, great. Once again, the press is always under attack. And he's whipping them up, fighting them off, and he's doing an excellent job trying to hold his own against 3 predators. We now cut to 2 electricians trying to fix one of the transformers. So this is step 1 to 1,000, but I think I got this humming again. That should bring the power back on, at least a part of it. Then immediately, we see this strike with this spear, and they don't know what it is. It hits the transformer, and then it kind of blows up in their faces. We cut to Kraven from across the building, perched up, saying, we stay in the dark for now, New York. If news got out about what's actually happening here, then the Avengers will show up. And I want this hunt all for myself. In true Kraven fashion, he wants to be the challenge. He doesn't want anyone else to get involved. We change scenes yet again to look at some of the results of what the Skinner has been doing. Kraven knew this would take time and patience because the Predator was not his standard prey. Over the last few days, the crime scenes had ranged from a nursing home in Harlem to a tiger habitat in the Brooklyn Zoo. A grizzly hunts rivers during the salmon runs, and a crocodile sinks below the surface of a watering hole frequented by gazelle. But for Skinner, there is no such specificity to his taste, making him harder to anticipate. No one is safe. That's true, there is no rhyme or reason to his habits. He just seems to kill for the joy of killing. Our narrator continues. New York is a city of eyes and windows and cameras. Kraven knows that if this predator has killed throughout the boroughs and hasn't been seen or recorded, then it is traveling and hiding below, not above, like a hungry spider scrambling through the city's basement. And this is a perfect analogy because this predator does seem to hunt and then hide, hunt and hide. That seems to be his process. We now return to below NYC with Mary Jane, the subway passenger, and the homeless man who showed them the Skinner's lair. She's like, how do we get out of here? And he says, sometimes it's safer down here than it is up there. Mary Jane, what do we do? And he's like, please help us. And he tells them both to be quiet. Like, hurry up. Noise travels far and fast in here. And then you hear someone saying, help. But as we know, predators can mimic sound. So they can record people and then imitate that sound and give it right back to him. The homeless man says, that's him. That's the Skinner. Mary Jane said, but that sounded like a woman. That's how he tricks you, like a puppet man throwing voices. That passage goes down, not up. You said you'd help us get out of here. He's like, after what? After we hide, because he's coming. And they say, oh my God, no. He then leads them to a cavern full of rats, and he tells them to stay down as long as you can. He pushes Mary Jane and the helpless passenger into that pile of moving rats. The pictures say it all, people. Now, I understand hiding for your life, right? But this would totally freak me out and have me in a panic. they are surrounded by hordes of rats just crawling around them and crawling over them till they're completely covered and engulfed in rats. But on the plus side, this helps because the predator sees heat signatures and he can't detect the rats from the humans. So a good move for the homeless man. We then see Skinner come out of hiding because he notices the light from their Mary Jane's phone looking down on the horde of rats. Unfortunately, the homeless man says once again, stay down, stay safe, and he is killed and impaled by the Skinner for his actions. But he went out like a champ. He helped them, and that's the best thing he could have done at the time. We now return back to the Daily Bugle where Spider-Man is in battle with the three predators. The hunting party might have come for Skinner, but they are not above a little sport. The spider seems like an entertaining diversion until he isn't. And I love how he leaps up. He says, there are only 3 of you, but your weapons make it feel like a dozen. And we see that traditional 3 dot on Spider-Man's head, and we know that's a target getting ready to come from the shoulder cannon of one of the predators. Spidey uses a combination of his spider sense and webbing to the face of the predator to dodge the attack. And he says, hey stranger, since we've never fought before, I'd love to have a face to go with that fishnet stocking bodysuit. And he yanks the helmet off the predator. He gets a look at his face like, in 1 second, basically, you can have the helmet back. Then we see the predator throwing out another traditional weapon, the claw, on one of his hands to swipe at Spidey now since he's lost his arm cannon. The 2 predators run at Spidey on opposite sides thinking they have him cornered. Usually the bad guys like to make a big speech about why they're making trouble in my neighborhood, but you guys are apparently the strong silent type. And he gives them both webbing to the face and then pulls them together super fast, which knocks them out. So that's 2 down, but my Spidey sense is giving me a mean tickle, which means he knows this is not over and something else big is about to go down. We now cut outside of Daily Bugle where Jameson's wondering what's taking Parker so long to come down there. We see a huge explosion and a piece of huge concrete is bearing down on Jameson, and he is saved at just the last second by Detective LaPearl. And she asks him, have you ever wondered why trouble seems to follow Peter Parker wherever he goes? And he's just shocked to see her basically because she just saved his life. Jameson's going off as usual, saying that was my office that just got destroyed. Like I said it before, I say it again, I'm surrounded by innocence, incompetence, and assassin. And this huge thing we saw, he was like, what is that? It actually wasn't concrete, it was something wrapped up in webbing. And we see a hand break through with 2 claws, and it's one of the predators. It looks like Spidey had wrapped him up and pushed him out of the window. So now it looks like they're set to attack Jameson. I know this was a quick issue, but that's how it ends, and we are going to see the conclusion in the next episode, people. Right, in the final episode, the predators finally have the Skinner in their crosshairs, but another great hunter stands in their way, Kraven. As these 3 competing forces battle for their way through the nightmare streets, Spider-Man takes to the rooftops where he can discover something that threatens to destroy all of New York. So, what did you think, people? I know, like I said, this was a quick issue, a lot of action, a lot going on, but it's building up to the final climax at the end. So, tell me what you thought about it. Did you enjoy it? Was it worthwhile? Drop a comment to let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to let you know when new content drops just like this. And until next time, peace. If you don't have it, you are truly missing.
What's up? We are talking about Fiction Inc. What's up?
If you don't have it, you are truly missing.
Fiction Inc. What's up? We are talking about Fiction Inc. What's up?
If you don't have it, you are truly missing.
Fiction Inc. What's up? We are talking about Fiction Inc. What's up?
If you don't have it, you are truly missing.
Fiction Inc.